Tanisha is over at the grave of her uncle. Uh, well, she's at her mother's grave. That's unexpected. Hi there, I'm RustySimz. Welcome to another episode of the Decades Challenge, and we are going to mourn Eddie Ramos, who recently died, and also release Atticus's spirit to the netherworld. Now, the most of the Ramos family is here. We're here. There's Gia, there's Vance, and Faith. Eden was here. I think Eden has gone. But Audrina's here to mourn her dad. And yeah, here comes Tanisha, dressed oddly, but whatever. Nobody's dressed right in this occasion. So here's part of the Ramos family with Faith. The always beautiful Faith. Aren't they cute? They are just cute people. I love Faith. I would be very sad when her time comes. Well, okay. And Tanisha is over at the grave of her uncle. Well, she's at her mother's grave. That's unexpected. But she is mourning her uncle Eddie. So, yeah. So Tanisha's mother's buried here, of course, and then various family members. Angelica and Alvida are buried here in this nice little cemetery. And since the last time we've been here, we've had some changes. So Angelica Johnson, who was of course a celebrity, made a sizable donation to the church, and so they've added this extra building, which I didn't go in there and make changes to. I probably should, because then we can host events here. But they also created a special memorial grave site for Angelica. This used to be the picnic area. They've extended it to kind of like a celebrity corner, because Angelica was a celebrity. People would be interested in where she's buried. Now I'm going to release Eddie to the netherworld. And Atticus is here, Eddie's here, and then some minor family members are here. And then the McLaurin family, the McLaurin family was the family I originally thought Thomas would marry into, but it didn't happen, so they all died without kids. Amelia, of course, is here. This is the old side of the cemetery, but I did put Jonas's children here. I think 3 or 4 of his children died, and one of his grandchildren died, so they're buried over here. These are the original Sims here. This is the original Sam and Ruby May. No, Petra, Thomas, and Rohan. That's who that is. There's Sam and Ruby May. Yeah, Gladys. Nope, Tiago, who died as a child. Gladys, who died on the street. Anya, who died single. She did have an adopted child, though. Wilhelm, who died in battle. And Rico right there. And it goes on and on. Jonas is there. So let's go inside the church. And I wish everybody was dressed a little nicer for a funeral. But they are not. So hey. Alright. Somebody's asleep on the bench. Okay. And you notice Tanisha is back out in the world. She's had all of her cancer treatments. And now she gets a little bit of a reprieve from battling cancer. So I guess she's going to give the eulogy in that hat. I don't know where the other people are. They may have gone home. Okay, I think this is over now. I think Vance and Tanisha are the only ones who stayed. So, well, there you have it. And who's Eddie to Tanisha? Well, Eddie. Oh, who's that? Oh, now people are coming in. Who's that with gray hair? Jean. Oh, Jean. Oh, good. They're coming in. I don't know who Noah Kane is. Must work at the church. That's Edward. Eddie. Yeah. I forgot about Edward. And then, of course, Vance is asleep. So, Tanisha's mother died when she was very young. And her father gave up custody of her and Naima to Faith and Eddie. And so, Faith and Eddie raised the girls as their own children with their 9 children. And so it's fitting that she would have something to say. Aww. Good for her. Oh, and these are distant relatives. These are descendants of Jonas Elderberry. Yeah, that's why they're here. I think I'm gonna switch to Audrina maybe so she can eulogize her dad. Okay, she can give the eulogy now. Maybe. Where is she? She's right there. Aw, she's talking to her little bro. Good deal. Who's here? What you doing there, Brennan? Kieran? Oh, Naima's coming to give her sister a hug, of course. Audrina is a senior? Alright, this is as much of a eulogy about her dad as we're going to get. So there you have it. Good for her. Now, where are the other people? Where's her mama? Oh, look, there they are. Okay, who's that? Max? Wilson. Oh, Wilson's a distant relative. Faith, though, is that? Who's that? Gia. Oh, I love Gia. Okay. I think give some family advice. Give a hug to mom. Vance. Oh, Vance. He's got gray hair. Vance has 2 daughters. Jean. I don't know if Jean has any kids. Okay, that was a great eulogy, Audrina. Edward was playing the violin, but he stopped. Wow, there's so many people here. I'm glad now. Who's that? Do we know who she is? No, we don't. There are some friends of, I guess, Eddie's who maybe they worked with him at the police precinct. I don't know. Oh, there's a mother-daughter hug if ever there was one. Faith. I know there's some fun stuff that you can do with the camera now. I can't see those controls because my recording icon is in the way. Is that Gia? Gia is such a beautiful sim. All right, big sis, little sis. And Tanisha and Naima, I just want to bring your attention. They are still talking. They are all deep in conversation. How sweet. Yeah, she likes affection. I think they might be arguing. I'm not sure what's going on there. Oh, that was rude. I think it's good that Tanisha's doing better. I'm going to switch back to Tanisha. Naima is like, I need some coffee, so I'm out. Okay, Tanisha, let's go home. Now, when daylight hits, I'm going to want her to take a vacation with Faith. I think Vance was trying to give her a jump scare. All right, people are leaving. The cemetery is so full. I think this is a testament to how long I have been playing this game, because I don't even have everybody in the cemetery. Some people who lived in San Myshuno, their urns were outside of the realm of the perimeter of the space they lived in, so I couldn't pick up those urns and bring them to the cemetery. So some of them, those urns are several generations old and they're still out in the hall. Some of them I was able to destroy, but I wasn't able to pick them up and put them in inventory. So that is just a fraction of the family members that we've played with, that we've really played with enough to monitor their deaths. So what I would like to do is Roy is going to take the kids out for a vacation, and Tanisha is going to take her aunt on a vacation. So this time we'll do Tanisha, and then the next episode we will do Roy and the kids. Okay, here we are. Who is this kid? Oh, Kane. Oh, there's another generation. Okay, so... Oh, Christina von Eschenbach. So, who's that? The ghost of whom? Dylan Barron? I don't know who that is. Okay, so Carolina is... But Carolina is the daughter of Luella. Luella helped raise the kids after their, by kids I mean Faith, Billy, and Amelia after their father died. Tanisha, where are you? It's fun to talk to your little cousins, but let's go. Okay, little cousins. You're cute. Where are all the other people? So Tanisha is distant cousins with these people, and I don't know where the other people went, but she doesn't want to get to know them, and sure, she can ask for advice. She's very upset because her uncle died. Apparently she knows Carolina, but she has to introduce herself to her own cousin. Whatever. All right, so we're basically burning out the clock now. Who's that? Is that Iggy? Yeah, Iggy's her cousin, and her mother's half brother also lived here, but I have lost track with John Jay, so I'm not sure where he is. Now this is her actual cousin. Sorry, Iggy is his son. I think. I don't know these people that well. No, I'm kidding. I actually know that part. All right, this is the Diogenes house. Now, I think they just walk up here and knock on the door and see what happens because, oh, a lot of them came. Yay. Princeton Diogenes? Interesting name. So this family kind of appeared. But the great thing about this house is there are pictures of Thomas here. And I think that especially Faith would really like to see these pictures. So Thomas is very far back in our lore here. I'll point to him. Okay, here's Thomas. And what Thomas did was he had children, of course. And he had two children. I thought he had more than that, but he had two children. And those are Faith's grandparents, or he's Faith's grandfather. And then he had a love child with Celine Diogenes, who was in Windenburg. They had an affair, and that was Tomas, sorry. But they didn't discover this part of the family line until many, many generations later. So this is the house where Celine and her sister lived. I think Claire is her name. And so this is still the Diogenes house. As you see, Oscar Diogenes lives here. I don't know who he is, but he's definitely related. So they get to see all of the connections. This painting was made by Celine, so they would view that. And yeah, this is Thomas. This is great. And this is Celine's sister. And this is Tomas Diogenes. So we will view that. Oh, look at this picture. It's very nice. These were taken during the war. And I think somebody has a copy of that one. Look at this one. It just screams World War One. Sorry, it's not even World War Two. It's World War One. So yeah, who's that? Is that Celine Diogenes? That's Celine Diogenes the second, not the original, obviously, because she died many, many generations ago. And they have a very old-fashioned kitchen. And to be honest, Thomas gave him all of this fruit, and they never used it, so it's still there. It is still there. Their house needs a little bit of an upgrade. We'll just pretend that it was upgraded with the times, but they wanted to keep the old-timey charm. So if you have been watching my series for a long time, then all of this looks familiar to you. These are some pretty old stories, and it's cool to go back. Why is she fixing their sink? And Celine did that, but she never finished it? Interesting. We can't even view that. Yeah, that is some not elderberry, Diogenes ancestor there. Okay, that was a fun visit. All right, let's get to know some of the Diogenes, which the von Eschenbachs would definitely know. There's a book about, I think there are 2 books about that time. What? No. Send alone. January's gone to school. Okay, so I wanted to do one more thing before we leave Windenburg. Aw, poor Tanisha. She's very sad about her uncle's death. Of course she would be. Tanisha was closer to her uncle than she was to her father. Naima was closer to her father than she was to her uncle, but Tanisha was different. She never quite hit it off with her father. She spent time with him. She loved him, but they never quite hit it off. All right, here we are. First, I want her to give her aunt a big hug because I think they are both still very much grieving. So, family kiss. Oh, whoa, hey, whoa. Faith. Does that mean she's ready to go? Aw, how nice. Aw. Good. All right. So I think this very much looks like the place with the private room in the back where they were discovered that Faith was married. Nope, this is not the place. Ah, here it is. Okay, we are at the correct place. Does this guy work here? He does. Can we have some drinks? Okay. Can we order some food for here? Let us order some scones. Or a scone, whatever. And here we go. This is where they originally discovered a picture of Thomas Johnson. This is where they originally discovered a picture of Thomas Johnson on the wall of this random place. And it's actually a famous picture. So they were thinking, hey, this is the picture that's hung up in the house we grew up in for all these years. And I think this is done by Celine Dion. Yeah. So they found this picture and they thought, well, how did his picture get to be on a wall of a random coffee shop in Windenburg? And that is where the story of Celine Dion, the artist and photographer, unfolded, where the Dion family was rediscovered. There was a love child. All of these stories came to a head. And the most fun story was, what is she wearing? Oh, I dig that. This is where they discovered that Faith had secretly married Eddie while she was in college, and she was expecting her first child, who was Vance. So yeah, all that happened right here in Windenburg. And I think we may have lost some family members already. Did we lose Faith in Audrina? Who's that? Is she related? No, I don't know her. Okay, I think we lost everybody, but I wanted to go back to this place because I think it's fun to travel around the world and see all of these connections to the past. And of course, that's not who I thought it was. Okay, Ignacio, he's still around. Okay, and on that note, this is where I leave you, knee deep in history, the old World War I stories. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. A like or a comment goes a long way in encouraging me to continue to tell stories, to share stories. So on that note, this is where I leave you. Enjoy the Geneo charts. Goodbye.